Welcome to the Pitmaster Podcast. We're barbecue competition competitors that aim to share information, advice, tips, and tall tales about our favorite pastime. Head over to the pitmasterpodcast.com for all things Pitmasters, or follow us on your favorite social media platform. And now, here are the hosts of the Pitmaster Podcast, the two-time Grand Champion, SCA World Champion finalist, and barbecue specialist of Smoke Ain't No Joke Barbecue, the Anthony Luan, and the 24-time Grand and Reserve Grand Champion, Reserve World Grand Champion, Windover High Roller Champion, and the founder of Pitmaster Barbecue Supply Company stores in Utah, the old man himself from Big Johnson's Barbecue, Jesse Johnson.
This is Greg Rempe from the Barbecue Central Show, and you are listening to the Pitmasters Podcast, and they are doing it live.
We'll do it live.
That's right, Bill. I just said that. They're going to do it live.
We'll do it live.
Yes, live. They're going to do it live.
Anthony Luan.
Hey, welcome 2026 Pitmasters. How's it going, Jesse?
The season is upon us, right?
Yeah,
all kinds of buzz going around the barbecue world right now.
Yeah, man. How was your holiday break?
Well, what break? I don't know what you're talking about. I
From the podcast,
I worked through from the podcast. Yeah, that was a welcome break. I got to shoot a little more arrows and spend some more time with my beautiful bride. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've been shooting a archery league. And my brother's talking us into do a bowling league now. Like,
oh, nice. You got your own custom bowling ball that says Homer on it?
it says Pitmasters on it.
Oh, that is awesome.
Need to put the Pitmaster Podcast logo on it. It'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be
Put
awesome.
that on one side and put the Pitmaster, the Longhorn logo on the other side. It'd look cool.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
How was your holidays?
Good, busy. Cooking.
Do a lot of cooking. Yeah,
a lot of cooking. Yeah, man. It was fun though. It was fun.
What was the number one thing you cooked over the holidays?
It was Christmas Eve dinner, man. I cooked brisket, pulled pork, crown roast, a ham, and then also had to throw some sausage in there as well.
Well, what army were you cooking for?
Amanda's family, all 14 of them.
Oh wow, nice.
So yeah, it was awesome. It was a great time, and then Amanda made some mac and cheese and some other sides too. So it turned out fantastic.
That's cool. We've been doing barbecue Friday nights at the store. So
Okay.
we've been serving up ribs like during the during the holidays. We just did ribs because I'm not coming in on Christmas Day and New Year's Day to cook brisket and pulled pork, but. Yeah, we start again this week. Brisket, pulled pork, and ribs, and
Heck
we
yeah.
just do it. We cook it to order, and it's been awesome. People are really digging the barbecue. So,
Heck
and then
yeah.
I cooked a bunch of prime ribs over the holidays for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day dinners for friends and family. So yeah, turned out really good.
Fantastic. That is awesome, man. So what do you think about this barbecue World Cup? $1 million going to first place? Is that gonna bring you out and you to cook more to see if you can get there?
$1 million is always a draw. I think I might be able to make it to a few more competitions this year. See if I and they have to be qualifiers. So
yeah,
nobody knows the parameters on what contests are going to be chosen.
Right.
I've been emailing back and forth with Scotty. We were supposed to have a conversation today. I'm going to try to get at least one of my pro comps into it. I think Blue Compass is probably the obvious choice because that one is selling like gangbusters already. Not Christy Vanover wild, but I mean, I don't do 100 teams in 2 hours. I've got 12 teams leading in, and we have 39 powered spots. And you going to come up and cook it?
Oh yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there at that one. Then I'm also heading to Bullhead.
Are you?
Next Friday, I'm going to go cook the SCA event. And then you've been we haven't really been in contact a little bit, but I am going to bring something new to the barbecue world of awards, man. I'm just super excited.
What do you do? Are you going to start doing live awards?
I'm going to do a live, but I am bringing high quality, high video I have some other stuff on my back pocket that I'm going to release that night. And so it's going to be a game changer, I do believe.
That's cool, man. That should draw a lot of attention to the podcast.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for, man. Just hopefully that people can actually tune into the show, enjoy the show, share the show, and being able to.
And whatever you've done with the audio sounds much, much cleaner and more. I guess there's more punch to it.
Yeah,
so I'm just the opening was great, and look at that backdrop.
Right?
Look, it's pro.
Yeah, it's called AI. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, welcome to the world.
Right?
If you're not using AI, you're severely going to be behind the curve in the next couple of years.
Exactly. So yeah, man, I'm just super excited for this for the 2026 season. We're just going to grind it out. You're going to see a lot more promotions this season. You're going to see a lot more new things. We just really we love our audio people, and thank you for clicking and downloading and listening to us every week too. Also, come in and watch the show. Come comment, be involved in the show. We want your questions. We have Misty.
Yeah, big time on the questions. Send us all the questions you want.
Yeah, and you can ask her questions, things like that, So we want more engagement from all of our listeners as well. So yeah, let's go and talk to Misty, for the Seattle's Butcher's wife. We had a little bit of an intro. There's a cool story that we're going to bring into this other than barbecue as well. So being a sports fan, geared for sports fans. So we're going to bring all that in and tie it up. But
yeah, I had to wipe a bunch of tears off Sunday night in my house because my grandson is a Ravens fan. And, I'm just kind of lounging there in my Jack Lambert jersey. And every time there was a score on their end, he was so animated, so pumped that the Ravens were going to win. And then they didn't.
If they would have had Aubrey's leg, it would have happened.
Well, but if you notice, both the extra point and the field goal attempt, if you watched it closely, both of them kicked the turf.
Yeah.
There's dirt that flew up on both of their kicks. So it's like, dude, you're a professional, man. What are you doing kicking the turf when you need to be right above that, right below about the 40% line on the ball? Your foot should never be close to the turf, man.
Agreed.
Even as a linebacker, I know that.
Even as a linebacker, he understands the assignment.
Yeah, I do.
Cool. Let's go talk to Misty and see what she's up to. And let's start off this 2026 season. Amazing, man.
It's time to kick off the 2026 barbecue season.
Yes.
This is the single best investment you can make to become a better cook.
Thermopen 1 is the best thermometer I've ever had.
My thermometer of choice is ThermoWorks.
When it comes to quality that I can trust, this is the company that I go to over and over again.
There may be other thermometers out there, but there aren't other Thermopens.
Misty, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Doing great.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is awesome. This is awesome. How's it feel to be the first guest of the season?
I feel so honored. I love to kick off new things. So thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, let's just get down to it. Let's let people know who you are. Why are you on the show? And tell us how you got involved in barbecue.
Well, I don't know how you found me or how you invited me to the show. But,
we have some extra good wizards in the background.
Yeah, we do.
They do all the work.
Awesome. So yeah, I live in Seattle. So Seattle Butcher's wife is real. I didn't make up that handle. I'm really married to a third generation butcher meat guy. We have a family-owned and operated wholesale meat company here, USDA processing facility, which I now work at. And I started barbecue just honestly right before the pandemic started. I was trying to get my husband to do a little Instagram page for his business to tell his family story. And one thing led to another. All of a sudden, we were talking about Seattle Butcher's wife might be a good idea. I didn't want to be the face of the brand. I was doing retail and fashion. I was like, I can't be the meat lady. This doesn't make any sense, but I'll go undercover as Seattle Butcher's wife. And as I did that, I realized through a few hashtags of meat and barbecue, I was seeing, the average dad in his backyard cooking a brisket. And it looked pretty fun. I thought, man, if that guy can do it, so can I. So I was bugging my husband to bring home cuts of meat that I was hearing about. And, when he smokes at mass capacity, right? So he's got an industrial smoker smoking for restaurants or for wholesale. And so we didn't do a lot of backyard anything. So I bought myself a used Traeger, started smoking away and started sharing, what I was learning, what I was doing. And next thing you know, I had a bunch of friends in the barbecue world that were supporting me or telling me what to and what not to do at first, especially. I had a lot of learnings. But it's been so much fun. So now I spend a lot of my time, continuing to share recipes, working with brands, creating content, supporting everyone in the industry, really from competition teams. I'll go and participate, support, cook alongside, or videotape for them, whatever they need. I judge competitions. I have some of my favorite places I get to go to be a guest judge, if you will. And that's a highlight. I do collaborations with local businesses, like we'll do a little barbecue and wine tasting. I do demonstrations, little classes, ladies' nights. I just do like a lot of different things. So I keep that going. And recently I just started working with the family business. So it's been really great.
That is awesome. So we're kind of in the same boat when it comes to barbecue. Utah isn't really known for barbecue. The Pacific Northwest is definitely not known for barbecue, but people like you are shaping that mold. Like, barbecue is not Texas. It's not just the South. It's everywhere. It's worldwide now at this point. The Japanese are taking on American barbecue. How are you seeing that barbecue scene grow in Seattle? Seattle is a very progressive city. They're always on to the next thing. How are you seeing that grow in the Pacific Northwest?
Right now, I can't speak for some of the old timers that, would have an established barbecue restaurant or pop up or, a little place here. But like you said, I'm not going to lie and say Seattle's known for barbecue. We're certainly not. But where I do see little pops of it is just like anything right now that's trending. Right. So if there's a trending ingredient, where I see it is sort of in a fusion. So I might go to an amazing brunch place that doesn't look like they even own a smoker, and they've got brisket, empanadas or something random on their menu. I was like, wow. And I always ask questions like, where does this brisket come from? And sometimes it's actually like the local pit masters that have those pop-ups that sell briskets, like several briskets to these restaurants so that they can include it in their menu, but not really identify as a barbecue restaurant. Does that make sense?
That's cool.
So little insertions, little fusions, little spots. I see it. I live right in the city. I don't live on the outskirts. I have to drive if I want to go find, someone who's been doing this for a while, or maybe someone who's a transplant.
Right. Yeah, because Sugars just left the PNW. I think Sugars Barbecue just moved to Tennessee. I think she's in Nashville, but
she's great. Lene.
She's so awesome. Yeah. One of my favorite people in barbecue.
Yeah, she actually just texted me today, and I think she's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She's getting
she is.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, she's in the French quarters, man. Right where she should be. She's a chef. She is a chef.
And she was like right on the edge of Washington. She wasn't anywhere. I mean, she was almost Portland, really. She was closer to Portland than anywhere in Seattle. So here it's like there's Jack's Barbecue. It's one of those old school places. There's not as many that, I hate to say it. There's, probably I know that there's some talented barbecue competitors. The PNW barbecue competition group is very solid. I learned a lot from those guys. They take me under their wing. They let me go into their tent and see all the behind the scenes activities. So I know it's there. Yeah.
I think Seattle, Portland area is definitely more of that fusion. With that Asian twist, everybody has that, teriyaki twist on all their stuff, and barbecue isn't really standout, like we said. But I think, like you said, finding those hidden gems, the secret pit masters that are actually in the back putting on the work that just don't have their own spot, because we all know, Jesse, you included, that barbecue is a tough business. With the prices of cuts and everything else, it's almost easier just to do a small pop-up and sell your product to a restaurant.
Prime ribs were stupid this year.
Right?
I mean, a prime rib, because, and there's, you're in the business, so there's some manipulation coming in from Tyson and everybody else. Buy your beef local if you can, guys. Buy it local, and then, because prime ribs were like a big prime rib last year was $250. This year it was almost $400.
Yeah.
Until you bought your prime ribs from Smith's when they had it on sale for $7.99 a pound.
Great deal.
Everybody waited.
Yeah. It was a great deal. So speaking of that, obviously so let's talk a little bit about the butcher side. So your family has ran this butcher shop. Let's talk about the process. Hit the rewind button. Let's go all the way to the cattle. Where are the cattle coming from? What's the process on that and being able to bring it from a farm to your table?
Right. Well, we don't have a traditional butcher shop. It's a USDA meat processing facility, and we sell wholesale meats. So, if you came to town and you said, "Hey, Misty, I want to get some meat," you could just come by. We'll hook you up totally. We have lots of people that come to the door. We don't have a case. We sell by the masses. So we sell high quality, high end products primarily, and a lot of value added products. So in Washington and Seattle area, there's like PCC markets, metropolitan markets. These are like high end, fancy Whole Foods-ish kind of spots. And we do like their private label sausage. So if you go buy Metropolitan Market sausage, we made it thousands of pounds daily. Wow. So we don't have one farm we work with, and we do actually do a lot of processing for local farms, and we have relationships with people that have been doing this for a really long time. And so we'll process good amounts of their stock so that they can sell at farmers markets and things like that. So we do a lot of that. That's
awesome.
Yeah. So it's really fun. We provide, meats to some of the really important chain drive-through restaurants. So people are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you made those Taco Time burritos. It's fun.
What about a Dick's Burger?
It's funny.
You know it.
Do you guys do you guys really do Dick's Burgers?
We don't make them, no.
But
no.
I was gonna say, but yeah, Dick's Burgers is
but I appreciate that. It's Taco Time. But no, it's Dick's Burgers is one of my kids' favorites for sure.
Yeah. I used to do all the voice work for the Western United States for Taco Time.
Really? Your voice sounds familiar.
Yeah, so we did. So we'd tag it with all the different markets and send it out on tape.
I love it.
Send out, that was before I talked my GM to go to MP3s. He goes, MP3s will never catch on. We got to send it out on tape. So we used to.
Man, he was wrong.
He was so wrong. Yeah, but it was crazy back in the day.
That's awesome.
I love me some Taco Time. Sorry, I do.
Taco Time is honestly my favorite. It is one of my something about the red sauce too, man.
Yep, they bottled it now. And then we also sell those crispy burritos. We make the burritos, so you can sell them. You can buy them frozen now, so you can take them home. And people love that. They actually will take them and give them to their friends that don't have Taco Time because they moved out of the area.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to place an order with you. Taking those burritos and deep frying them with some beef tallow, leveling them up. Oh.
When I'm starving and I haven't packed a lunch for work, I try to snag one out of the freezer and just use the air fryer. It's really pathetic, but it's become a regular life.
But those are so good when you're just like, I try to eat healthy all the time, but I don't do. But when I wanted some of that cheat, it's gonna be the soft beef burrito,
something
and
good,
some Crispies.
Yeah.
Red sauce and ketchup. Red sauce and ketchup mixed together.
Me too. That's how I do mine. I always mix.
Really? You put the ketchup. Interesting.
Yeah. They just match really good. I've been doing that since high school.
Wow, Jesse.
So about 5-10 years now.
Sweet.
Liar.
All right, 40.
Yeah, that's awesome though, man. Yeah, being able to tie into companies like that and being able to have a little bit of pride about what you're doing is awesome as well.
Well, because Taco Time was based out of Utah for a long time, and then they expanded after in the mid '80s to late '80s. So,
our group in the Seattle area is Taco Time Northwest. So there's a collective group that's owned by two brothers, and I think it was their dad that was the original owner. So it's a pretty special, and they're also family oriented like we are. So it's really fun to work with people. They're not that much older than us. We kind of just are all on the same page. They want to do more environmentally smart things with their restaurants. Like there's hardly anything that you can throw away anymore. It's all compost.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome though.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what are you cooking on at home, Misty? What is your go-to smoker? You said you started off with an older Traeger that you found.
She's not on Traeger no more.
What are we cooking on nowadays? Let people know.
I have a lot of things. It's so hard.
What's your go-to?
My go-to, like just for regular smoking for, weeknights, like tonight, if I was going to put something out, it'd be on the Yoder. I love my Yoder smokers. Those are like, I have the Santa Maria one, the El Dorado. I have.
Saw that.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I'm going to go. If it's nice out, and I can't even keep my husband away from it either too. He's like, hey, we got something, let's go take it over put it out there. I'm like, okay.
Because that 640 is such a great little barbecue pit, but that's
but the Santa Maria that's fun. That's just fun.
I love that Santa Maria. I got to get one back. I've had 3 or 4 in my lifetime. I'm kind of jonesing for a Santa Maria. I think we're just gonna make a new custom one with able pits, so we have a big old heavy duty 1/4-inch steel one. So
and I think that's a difference too, because I do have a couple other Santa Maria styles, and I just love how big it is, how durable it is. In this state, we have weather. You guys know in Utah, you got weather. So having that built to last, if you have a rainy day, it's not going to wreck it. It's like, we'll be just fine. And I really like it. Also, we have a fire pit with a Brio, so when we're done smoking, we just take all the coals out and start up the fire pit. And then it becomes like, cigars and whiskey. And we live, I don't know if I told you this, but we live right next door to my husband's brother and his parents. We're all three houses in a row. So
it's a family compound, man.
They're Italian. Like, we got the compound going on. So they can smell the smoke. They know what's happening. That's it. So, but I like my Yoder. I like Kamado grills too. I'm playing with the Primo now. I've always had like a Big Green Egg or the red one. Kamado.
We got to get her on a drum, Anthony.
Yeah, we do.
Get her a Hunsaker drum. You will love the difference in the Hunsaker from any UDS. From any type of ceramics, those ceramics, if you're not paying attention, they get away from you. You're not getting them back down in temperature. It's gonna take a while. That's the great thing about the drum is you can move it up and down pretty easily, way easier than a ceramic. So
you just open the lid. It just dumps out all the heat almost immediately. But they recover quickly
and shut it down so it doesn't, because it can run on you, but not quite as bad as the ceramics. But people love those.
All my competition friends do them, and they're like, why don't you have a drum yet? I go, I don't know. I just I don't have an offset smoker. I've cooked on I've cooked on many, but I don't own an offset, and I don't want one until I have room for a really big, nice one.
Right. Yeah.
You don't want to get a small one. You want to get at least 48 inches to 60 inches wide.
Yeah.
Because because we custom make them here in Utah as well. Because we were looking for a vendor that we were trying to get for our stores and just couldn't find it. So we partnered up with Kyle Abel and started making offsets. We sold a bunch this year, and people are moving back away from the pellet smokers to charcoal with the drums and with offsets. It seems like that's the new trend, except for the ease of the pellet smoker.
It's too easy for things. That's a multitasker grill, and I love it for that because I'm always busy and I'm not, always trying to make the perfect cook. I'm just trying to I got a lot of meat all the time. So sometimes I have to cook it before it goes bad. So I handle my business, and that's the fastest way to do it if I have to work and do other things.
Called meal prepping. You just prep it and eat it for the week.
That's right.
Yeah. So you said you like whiskey. We enjoy whiskey. Have you had Westward whiskey?
Do you say Westward?
Yes.
Yes, from Portland.
Yes, their sourdough.
No, I think sourdough? Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. Westward whiskey. They have a distillery right on the edge by the bridge in Portland, Oregon.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I had the best tour there. This was 2 years ago. I had the best tour. I had the best taste. I had everything was so wonderful. And I have always said I wish I would have joined their club because then it would make me go to Portland every quarter at least to go get their taste.
It's free.
No, I loved everything there. It's kind of expensive, but I really do love. I loved everything I tried. And in fact, the next Christmas, I think I got a couple bottles. But I do like Westward.
I still haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah, I had to. I stumbled across it, and then tasted it, and then I actually had David Sayer from Portland grab me a bottle when he was making his run down to Texas, and he brought me a couple bottles. So yeah,
They opened a new liquor store in Ogden, and I went in there, and they have more whiskey selection in that store than I've seen at any other liquor store in our area. They have Penelope, they have Heaven Hill. It was crazy. All bottles that I haven't seen on the shelves anywhere. And they said, "Oh, we get these allocated stuff, like Buffalo Trace." I'm like, I got a couple handles of that because I have a bourbon dealer that takes care of me when she comes into town from Vernal, Utah.
yeah. We got our own smuggler.
Yeah, she's our bootlegger.
Yeah, she's our bootlegger.
Miss
I
Crystal.
always love to go tasting and trying new places. We make wine. Our family makes wine, so small batches, and so we always have family over to taste wine. But the guys always like to have whiskey and cigars. I just like their jam. So I'm always I like a good old fashioned. That's my favorite thing too.
Right? Yeah, I just literally came in, acquired some Cuban cigars last night, hand rolled out of Cuba. I got them, and then I got the E.H. Taylor there that I might just sip on with. Just call it just a night on the patio.
Yeah, because I used to own a cigar bar. My humidor was as big as that liquor stand behind me.
Whoa,
so 6 feet tall. So we sold a lot of cigars out of our bar for a long time.
Really?
I love a good cigar. Oh yeah,
I did not know that. You had a bar? Wait a second. Rewind. You had a bar?
I've owned 2 bars.
What?
Yeah.
What bars?
I opened so JT's Clubhouse, which is now Kamikazes in Ogden. It's a big venue. It'll hold 1,300 people.
Wow.
My partner that we separated, he still owns it. And then we own Phillies, which is a small bar inside Best Western. It was like 80 seats, but we checked the ventilation system. First thing we did was go light a cigar in there. Then the ventilation system sucked it right out. I'm like, done, we'll take it. And we had that for probably almost 8 years, but sold a ton of cigars out of there.
Wow.
I did not know this, Jesse. That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
You learned something new.
What's your favorite cigar? And I'll tell you if we sold it.
Gatekeeper.
Oh God. Try Opus X.
Yeah,
Opus X is probably the top end cigar. It's Romeo and Julietas, love those. But we used to get cigars out of Las Vegas from the Las Vegas Cigar Company. It was a big old 60-inch ring gauge.
Jeez.
But it was sugar dipped.
Oh.
So when you're golfing, you're chewing on it and smoking it. It just never got old. And one cigar would last you 7 or 8 holes.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah, I did not know that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I heard Pappy's has a really good cigar.
Well, it's Pappy's it's just dipped in their whiskeys.
Yeah, but I heard it's really good. But I don't know.
And then Meat Church just got his own whiskey. Meat Church was out.
Oh wow.
Meat Church. He went and he did some barrel picks.
Yeah.
So you can go to some of the larger distilleries, do some barrel picks. They can age it for you. You can take and age it, and then you can have a bottle private labeled. I just saw they did it the last couple of weeks.
Do the Pitmasters podcast bourbon.
Perfect.
All right, let's get $20,000-$30,000. Let's go pick some barrels.
Bottle and bonded. We need at least 4 years.
Exactly. I'm down. Yeah. I tried to expense a bottle of Jack Daniels when I was working for Tribe MMA back in the day, doing all the Sam's Club events. I sent my rep the picture. I was like, "Hey, can I expense this?" She goes, "Absolutely, but I get half."
So, well, we got to do, Jesse, is just win this barbecue World Cup, and we'll be all right.
Yeah,
I'm down. That's going to change somebody's life, though.
It really is.
And that's been the most intriguing thing in barbecue in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
In reality.
What about you, Misty? Are you thinking about going to throw your name in the hat and see if you can get to the World Cup there in Las Vegas?
Probably not. But I too, just like what you said, it's life changing. And I've been saying since I started, I don't want to be a competition team because it appears as if they work their butts off and they spend a lot of money and they're never home. It sounds like a strange, maybe a retirement package, but I don't know.
Yeah, go spend
I'm
$1,000.
not ready for that yet,
Yeah, go spend $1,000 a weekend and walk away with a few hundred extra. That's all.
Yeah, it's like not always a favorable deal, but it's so fun and there's family involved. I totally get it now. But $1 million, that really could change someone's life. I would want to go just to see who wins, like just to cheer that on. Like I just think that would be amazing. So
yeah. So at one point, we were putting on the biggest barbecue competition in the Western United States with the casinos in Wendover, Nevada. It was $45,000 in prize money and trophies, and I just lost his name. He won it half the time. He was like, "When are you gonna bring that back?" I'm like, "You just need another big payday." Why not? He's a GMG cook. Why am I losing his name? We had him on last year. Oh, come on.
I have no idea. Dude, Jesse, I barely remember your name week to week. You know this.
and you're the. That's all I can remember is the.
Yeah, but $40,000 compared to $1 million just for first place. This is nuts.
I mean, we bumped up Blue Compass to $10,000, and it piqued everybody's interest, man. This $1 million. I mean, hopefully they can let people know who and when these qualifying competitions are going to be in, because they're going to sell out.
Yeah. Well,
they are.
Bullhead is the very first one, and that's in a week and a half. And they have plenty of room.
And what did they get to? They're over 60 teams, aren't they?
Yeah, but they can have you ever been to Bullhead? Have you ever been to that competition, to the Rotary Park? Yeah. They could probably fit 1,000 people in there if they wanted.
Wow.
Their space is unlimited.
Well, as soon as they announced it, they had 12 extra teams in 24 hours that get put on that list. So
it's crazy.
Well, so Misty, did you hold on? I'm sorry. Did you talk to Scott about that? Did you have a conversation with Scott yet?
No, I got his email, but we had an introduction, but it hasn't gone past the introduction.
All right, we'll break into that next week after we both have conversations with him. So
yeah, exactly.
But let's get into some of Misty's recipes, man. I want to cook those pears. Those pears look so good.
I was asked to collaborate with the local fancy market that I talked about, the Metropolitan Market. And we're just starting to make their sausages. And she's like, "Well, would you like to try our pears?" And I was thinking, why not? Because I love all fruits. I'll do it. And as soon as I got one home and I tasted it, I was like, holy crap. Like, I don't know how to not sound like a sales pitch. This is so freaking good. Sometimes things are so good, or like, this sounds so fake, but it's so real. How do I convey this is actually an amazing pear? So I did this cooking in college thing. My daughter's in her second year up at Western Washington on the border of Canada up there. And her roommates like to cook with me. So we did cooking in the dorm last year. Now we're doing cooking in college. So they'll look for viral recipes and kind of fun things and want me to come up and give them some ingredients and instructions, and everyone learns through it. It's really fun. So we did that, and I brought those pears with me, and they also were like, "What the hell? They taste like candy."
Oh yeah.
So we used the puff pastry, and it was really easy to do, but it was a nice way to like finish off. I think we did a pot roast that day, so like you needed something sweet after that hearty meal.
Yeah.
So how are you coming up with those recipes? Are you using inspiration from TikTok and just taking a spin off it, or you just sitting in the office one day and like, wait a second, this would go? Where is your inspiration coming from? That's
a good question. I've always been a creative person, so I don't like to follow everybody. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I remember 2 years ago, I was like, I finally just have to try this. Why is everyone doing it? It was just like those crispy potatoes and Parmesan on the grill. And I'm like, why is this such a big deal? And it was good. So sometimes I try those viral things just to see if it's just crap or if it's actually real. And anything inspired by TikTok would be like when I go to cooking in college with the kids, because they're like 19 and they are like, hey, Teeny's mac and cheese looks good. And we made it. And then afterwards, like even till today, my daughter will say, yours is better, Mom. So I'm like, hey. So I think it's fun. I think what I do with recipe inspiration is sometimes I'm constantly learning from watching. Like we're all learning when we watch other people's stuff. And so whether it's a cooking show or really cooking with a friend at a competition or a demo or something, I see what other people are doing. I look at recipes and I'm often just thinking about, like, usually from a business standpoint, how can I incorporate some of our meats, some of our, sausage? How can I share the story of Mondo and Sons and, help move that business along? And sometimes it's not about sausage. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'd like that, but I don't really like mushrooms. So I'm going to try this instead. And then I'll go home and do it 3 different ways. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And man, when it works, I like to share it. So I have a million ideas. I like content notes forever in my phone of things I want to do. I just don't have enough time. So
Right.
Well, it's fun to see recipes out there. You're like, oh, that sounds really good, but I'm going to put my twist on it.
Yeah.
And my wife doesn't know how. She has to have a recipe. I'm like, I can see the ingredients and I go, oh, okay, I'm add this, I'm add the other thing, and twist it up and make it my own. And it seems like it just, if you can cook, you can cook.
Yeah.
And things can come out really good if you know how to mix your flavor profiles together.
I think that's probably what I've been told is like, you figured out flavor. And I've been told that by competition cooks is to say, well, you might not have a lot of experience doing, the 3 meats in your comps and stuff like we do, but like you figured out the flavor and mixing the right things to get the profile that's perfectly balanced. And I think that's part of why I like to judge too. I don't do it all the time, but when I do, I really want to be a meaningful, participant in the judging, not someone who's just getting a snack for the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And giving those teams quality feedback really helps.
Absolutely.
The teams,
Yeah.
It really does. And then I also noticed too with your recipes, you're not too complex. You're using simple ingredients. You're not going too wild. Some people just go over the top, like, hey, that looks good, but it's going to cost me $80 and stuff that I don't have in my pantry.
Yeah, $80 besides the meat.
Exactly. So, and that's what I like about your recipe. Your recipes are very, most people have a lot of this stuff laying around, if not during the holidays. And that's what I really like, the simplicity, but making it complex as well.
Yeah, I want to, of course, I myself like to, I guess, experiment, and I might go online and buy some saffron or some things I hadn't really touched before just to see how it goes. But I'm really not trying to inspire people to do that. I'm trying to inspire people to just try, just give it a shot. Just get it doesn't matter how nice your grill is, but just try to get outside, try to light a fire, try to put something simple out there, because once you get started, and especially if you're creative and passionate about it, like you never know where it can take you.
Right.
And it can just be like really like impressing your family or maybe your neighbors, or maybe you found a niche and you start your own little side hustle. Like you just never really know. So my goal is just to inspire people to try.
Yeah, definitely.
Anthony, did you see her dry aged prime ribs that she cooked?
No, I did not see that. I got distracted I got distracted by watching that rotisserie prime rib. Is that what it is?
That was half of one.
Yeah, because I sat there and watched that thing rotate for about an hour, and I was like, I need to do that.
See, and I haven't done that yet because I just have a hard time putting a hole in the middle of my prime rib. I have the rotisserie on the Green Mountain Grill, and I'm like,
it's like the meter. I know. I don't do it that much, but I love doing it. I actually love doing a whole one, and we didn't have time this year to do that. So like we were talking about how quick and easy the multitasking Yoder is. I put my 2 big full ones because we fed a lot of people through the holidays too. So we just put those on the smoker, watched our temperatures, rarely looked at it until we went down and, handled it, opened the box, seared it up really quick and brought it over next door for the, for the party.
Was that something come from your family shop?
Yeah. So my husband, Angelo, basically like for customers, very special customers are going to pay for that piece.
Yeah.
Like you said, the cost has gone up on prime rib. I would guess that was like $450 for each one of those guys. Yeah.
I'm looking at them right now. Holy smokes, they look
It's
amazing.
dry aged. It's nice and tied up.
I'll make a
seasoned
video.
up.
Yeah, I'll make a video so where he like does it because he's I was like, I should definitely share how we do this because people actually want to buy these things. But anyway, it's basically he trims them, he ties them, he seasons them.
Because they were trimmed perfectly.
Yeah, so you can just like take them and put them in your oven if that's what you do. So we have customers that buy those, very special customers that come buy those, and they buy some other stuff too for holidays.
And they were pre-seasoned, right?
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, garlic.
Yeah, so that's just
Good to
perfect.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. So there's a trick that Jessie Prowse you guys know Jessie from Hardcore Carnivore. She did sous vide prime ribs a few years ago.
I've done that.
And she said it's so tender. So I've been sous videing my prime ribs for the last couple of years on the smoker.
Yeah.
I run them for 4 or 5 hours now at 150 degrees because the Green Mountains start at that low temperature. And then you just bump it up to 225 to get within like 10 degrees where you need to be, hitting it with beef tallow all the time, and then sear it for the last 10 degrees. Bell to bell pink, just perfect. It's so good.
Yeah.
And the pitmaster I forgot was Andy from Rooftop Barbecue.
Got it.
He won window over half the time. Crystal just sent me a text. She goes, hey dummy, it's Andy.
That's funny. But with prime rib, man, like I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's good, but it's not my favorite. It's honestly like.
Have you had it?
All the flavors on the outside. Give me the prime rib edge, and I'll be happy. But deep inside the prime rib, there's just not much flavor.
Inject it.
Yeah, but then you're exposing. You're talking to a barbecue guy, ThermoWorks guy, and now you're just exposing bacteria in there. Yes.
It's beef, man. Beef can handle bacteria. Don't worry about it. Just inject the heck out of it. But the thing is like with the prime ribs we got this year from Smith's, it had bone on. So I just carved off those bones, retied it to cover the spinalis to protect the spinalis, and then do the slow smoke. They just turned out so good. Yeah. And then guess what you have? You have prime rib beef ribs. They were the best.
I really don't have any problem tasting the smoke. I taste the smoke. I don't know if it's just I haven't done anything special. I totally taste the smoke, even in the middle of that big one. Slice it up, and everyone was like, "Man, there's something special about this." We've sous vide, like actual regular sous vide, and it does come out looking pretty. But I like having that smoke flavor. It's just something that our family doesn't get every year. We do, but they don't. So
yeah.
But the most smoky flavor though was that rotisserie. I was like, "Holy crap, that was the most smoke."
Your live fire. You're gonna get some more smoke with live fire. That's the cool part about that. They look phenomenal.
Yeah, I used some leftover and I put it in a frittata. And I'm like, man, this tastes like a smoke. It's been on the smoker. Some meat. That's good.
Awesome. Yeah, and then your turkey video. That was my favorite part of your turkey video. You pulled out that pop-up thermometer and threw it. I was like, that's perfect.
That's what everybody should do.
It's so corny, but it's like, put it out of there.
Those things are. Did you know those things are triggered to go off at 190 degrees?
Oh no, 190. Holy crap.
190.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why grandma's or your mom's bird was always dry. She waited for the pop-up. Throw in a good RFX, which was the number one gift this year for Christmas by far. I was ordering every other day another couple of sets. It was like crazy. So
yeah. Well, Crystal, or sorry, I seen Crystal's message there.
You're not supposed to read the comments. You said.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to read the Misty. Jesse's a sports fan. I'm a sports fan. Jesse's not a big sports fan in the NBA, I don't believe, but you are. And tell us why you're a big fan of the NBA. Because this is a cool story because it's not very often.
I love the Jazz. What are you talking about?
When was the last time you went to a Jazz game? When was the last time?
Last year.
Can you name our starting five?
Nope.
There we go.
Because I don't care that much anymore. I used to have the Jazz come hang out in my on-air studio.
That's
B.
cool.
Russ used to be in my studio like 2 or 3 days a week. Felton Spencer, Luther Ellis.
That's football.
So, Luther Ellis was a center for the Jazz that kind of went off the deep end.
That Luther. I thought you were talking about the football, the Detroit Lions.
No.
Okay.
I want to hear about her story though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before we get to the story, I have to say, go Hawks. Seahawks had a great Sunday last week, so I'm still thinking about that. But let me move into basketball.
Go Steelers.
Yeah. So yeah, my nephew, who grew up next door, he plays for Orlando Magic, and
that's cool.
He's number 5, and he's a starter, and he's done an exceptionally great job since he's launched. He's 23, and when he first started, he went to Duke, Coach K's very last year of coaching, and then he went on to Orlando, and he's been doing a great job. He was Rookie of the Year his first year. He went to the All-Stars. He was injured a little bit at the first part of this year, and now he's come back. Last night we watched him, and they kicked butt. And it's really great. So sometimes I get a little side opportunity to go watch a game, which since we haven't had the Sonics all these years, we've kind of been off of the, pro basketball track, and now our whole family's in it. So my husband's brother is his dad, and they both run the meat market together, meat company. So yeah, we've got lots of new basketball focus now.
So my question is, why I kind of brought it up, a little bit of pressure on you. With him traveling and, going to all these fine eats and everything like that, has he came home after his season and then come in and say finally some decent food? Has he give you compliments? And what's the story on the back end on the food aspect from somebody who's, been in probably got more food access than most average people?
He definitely has more food access. I think since he was like 21, he's had a private chef now. So, he really loves coming home. That's a great thing about Paulo is that, I can tell he's really busy, obviously, but when he comes home in the summer, his, time with us in the courtyard outdoors, we'll do like a pizza party, do the open fire pizza on the Brio pizza oven in the back. Or we did cook steaks. He does like steaks. He just appreciates it more. I think it's even regardless of the flavor. He just likes the family surrounding and people you can trust, people you've known since you were a kid.
People you can trust is a big thing.
It's hard when you're at that level. He just can't really even go outside anymore, in Orlando especially. So I think that's the part, like he really appreciates the food. But I think it's also more about the environment and the people around him. He can relax for a minute, which is my goal. My friends will be like, "Hey, can I get a ticket or can you sign my jersey?" And I'm like, "No, I'm going to leave him alone when he comes home."
Yeah. And that's how it should be. I really feel like, they get enough of that all the time. When they're home, that's their safe space. It's kind of like when Jesse goes to barbecue contest. He's just all he does is shake hands and kiss babies, man. It's
dang.
What he's trying to say is he doesn't think I can cook anymore, is what he's saying.
No, nothing like that. But yeah, that's just really cool because being able to cook for somebody on an elite level that has that kind of access all the time. Jesse, you've been there where you've cooked for a lot of the football players. They have all these different food options all the time, but being able to have them actually come to you and be like, this was an actually solid meal. That's something I needed.
Right. They feel like barbecue always gives you, I don't care where you're at, you go get really good barbecue and it just kind of feels like a little touch of home.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that's exactly right.
And that's what I appreciate about all our guests and everybody else is you're teaching people to make better food for their family. Yeah. And I think there's no greater gift that we can give people is to help them along that barbecue journey that everybody's on and shortening that curve. So when somebody cooks their very first brisket and it's actually edible, because mine were not, and they text you and go, best prime rib ever, best brisket ever. First time I cooked it. Thanks so much. I don't think there's a better feeling than helping people make better food.
Totally. I did a ladies' night where we did a Wagyu and whiskey thing. I donated it as an auction item. And One of the ladies there had said to me that her husband or her son told her not to make any more steaks. Please don't make any more steaks. I don't want you to cook any steaks, because she must have made some mistakes. Mistakes. Hey, that was good. Anyway, and I said, well, today I want you to leave and I want you to feel confident, like that you can actually cook steak that he's going to love. Let's just try this. And I showed them, a few different cuts. We did, some steak cooking. And then my favorite DM was her picture of her steak, and that she sent me and saying, my son said I'm totally back in the game and I can make steaks whenever, and after he picks them up at the store. And I was like, oh, that's so awesome. Giving someone that empowerment makes me feel really good. Those are my favorite messages. Or some lady says, hey, I listened to your advice and I took the cover off of my husband's grill and I cooked something on it today. And I was like, you go, girl. As long, just get out there, give it a shot. Maybe get your own grill.
and there is more and more women coming in the stores, you see it on a daily basis. There's more and more women pitmasters out there.
I love that.
So if you're a woman out there and you're worried about it, go into your local barbecue pro shop, because they need you and you need them. Always go to your local barbecue pro shop, get some advice, because you're not going to get any of the mistakes that you can get on YouTube. There's a lot of bad advice on YouTube. There is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
because Anthony wanted me to put mayo on my brisket last year, and I'm like, I'm not putting mayo on my brisket.
No way, that's a lie. That's a lie.
I did try it last year.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
It's more or less like trying to put like a A1 sauce on your brisket. Have you ever done that?
I've done it on my steaks.
No.
To turn in for SCA.
There was a competition. There was a competition at Katrubas Volkswagen. It was about 2019-ish, if I remember correctly. V. Anthony Lujan took a back seat to the first place of Jesse in brisket. It was actually a tie, and I think that your tie breaker was, I think, taste barely above mine. But I tried something new there, I actually poured.
The software does it. I don't. It's my software.
But the judges. But what I did, I put a quarter of a bottle of A1 sauce in the au jus and then painted it on, and it almost won.
but it didn't win.
It didn't win. Barely lost.
That's crazy. I don't remember that story.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was. I never told anybody that story, but since I brought up the A1, I was like, I have put A1 on a brisket at competition and took second place, tied for first. So
that's crazy.
It's a flavor that everybody recognizes that you can't pick up. You're like, there's something familiar about this. Yeah. Why do I like it?
And that's why you blend it into your jus, and it's like it's like taking some bouillon out of your top ramen.
Yeah,
and putting in your chicken jus when you put your final little base on there. Put a little dust of that thing, and they're like, I know that flavor, but I don't know what it is.
Right?
I just gave away a secret.
Two secrets. So we need to be tagged.
Top ramen.
A1 and top ramen.
Yes, A1 and top ramen. We need those tags. Well, Misty, man, we don't want to keep you much longer. This is where you plug yourself. Tell everybody where to follow you and how to get in contact with you if they want to ask some questions, maybe follow up on some of your recipes, things like that.
Perfect. Well, you can find me primarily on Instagram at Seattle Butcher's Wife. So I am always available. I may not get back right away, but I do respond to almost every single DM. So if you do want to reach out to me personally, I'll make myself available. And I love to be able to help problem solve or give you some directions, tips or tricks, anything I can around barbecue or meat. And I do have access to a butcher. Sometimes I joke that I get meat picks and they're mostly middle-aged dudes that are like, hey, can you tell me what this is? I don't know. It looks like a tri-tip, but I'm not sure. So I often, go to the source and go ask the butcher. Sometimes it's embarrassing to ask someone. I got that. You can find find me on TikTok at Seattle Butcher's Wife MB, Seattle Butcher's Wife on Facebook. Both of those have been closed and reopened at some point. I'm a little frustrated with that, but I am available there. I will cross post, and whenever I do like brand things, I definitely share across all channels. And that's pretty much it. You can also find me at local events. You know, if you're in Seattle, sometimes I do local pop-ups with people. So stay tuned mostly on my Instagram to find me.
Yeah, because
awesome.
your Instagram is really beautiful.
Yeah,
so,
well done. It is
so
well
I got
done.
one more question. So you are the butcher's wife. Tell me your favorite steak cut outside of a ribeye.
Oh man, well, how come you like? I was going to go to ribeye.
Yeah, everybody goes ribeye because it's everybody's favorite.
Probably a bavette steak. You know, of course. Traditionally, I would go like, you know, with anything else. If I'm at a restaurant, I'd probably order a New York strip or something very basic. But I really love cooking bavette steak and flap meat. It's loose, it's tender. When it's cooked just right, it can be freaking phenomenal. So I like that. It's a special little treat.
Nice.
That Denver steak that comes out of a chuck roast is just so good, and it's got so much flavor in it. People don't even know what it is.
No, they don't. No, I do a lot of those. We have a lot of those. So I'm lucky. I've had a lot of those Zabuton or Denver steak, whatever you want to call it. I did a butcher class where I got to actually cut them out and slice them up, and that was a chore. But man, they're beautiful. You're right. When you get that right, that perfect piece, it looks like Wagyu almost.
Yeah. Anthony, what's yours? Give everybody your favorite steak outside of ribeye.
Steak cut or just
steak
beef cut? Steak cut. I'd have to go with the flank. Hot and fast, a lot of flavor, a lot of pop.
Yep.
You can slice it, and you can also make tacos out of it.
Great tacos. That's what I was waiting for. Tacos.
The tacos.
Do you marinate yours?
Yes, you have to. Yeah, definitely marinate the Latino side of me. You know, a lot of lime, garlic.
You have to try chicken fried barbecue, his brisket wrap as a steak marinade. It is the bomb. It's so good. Yeah, Bill did a great job with that stuff. We went to a cabin, and I vacuum. I'm like, I'm gonna vacuum seal some steaks and just like marinate them with just a little bit. So I did 3 in 1 package. Got about 6 hours, and then we made ribeyes both night. The one with 30 hours. That's good.
Really?
Give that a rip. Let me know. Post.
I'll try it.
Tag Chicken Fried and tag Pitmaster Supply Company.
I will. He gave me a tour of his pit at the Royal Oak Invitational, and I was looking at all of his products, and we were talking through his smoker. He's just a great guy. I really like him.
Yeah, he's got a new rib wrap coming out, and then he just came out with a barbecue sauce that we just got in the stores this week. So we're excited for all of his new stuff.
Very good.
What is yours, Jesse? Did you say?
The Denver steak.
The Denver steak.
Denver steak or a picanha.
I actually looked it up. There's one other cut that's very non-common. You have to ask for it. I looked it up because I was unsure. That's why I didn't answer with the steak, but the Terrace Major. Have you ever had Terrace Major?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. It's a little tiny loin. And you cut it on the bias. Oh, it is so good. So good. But you have to request it.
We made rib cap steaks at the American Royal. I went and bought a prime rib, and Stookie ripped it off and made rib cap steaks when we were in between the two competitions. Oh, that's a ribeye.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah,
you guys got me hungry.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Everybody's hungry now. I cut up a whole fillet the other night, and I've got some remnants that I can dice up and make some tacos.
I'm going to taco time.
All right. Thanks for helping the family biz.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, Misty, thank you so much for spending your evening with us and bringing us in the 2026 season. We really appreciate it.
With a bang. We had a
bang. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had a guest that was awake and ready to go, baby.
Right.
No sleeping. Thanks for having me, you guys. I appreciate it. I look forward to watching more of your shows for this year.
You.
Great job.
Appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Yep. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.